Hello, hello again, this is Thornup, and this doesn't look like Minecraft. Yeah, well, it isn't. What I've been doing is I've been creating my own test world, and this is the program I'm using. It's MCEdit stable. Kind of a noob at it. I haven't quite got everything worked out, but show you what I've got so far. So what I've done is I've create a nice flat world with this program. It's 54 by 54 chunks. I'm still getting used to it. It's like the fourth time I've actually created this world, and I'll show you what I've got here. Let's fly along to the edge, let it load up, which is somewhere right up here. There it is. The outside border, I'm probably going to put a fence along it and grass on the outside of it. I do have a schematic already created for it, which will show here. This is my little chunk schematic. I want to load that up anyways. It's my little light chunk, which is just the stone on the bottom, 5 layers of sandstone, and the light. And how I've been creating this world, so I've been going here and I get a spot roughly where I want to drop it. Just sort of sink it down on the ground, adjust it to where it should be, and looks like it lines up. You have to be careful when you create these, because if I was, say, facing this way, it would drop it facing that way, and I'd have to turn it, and then it wouldn't work properly. Let's go import. Then I want to extend it this way, extend it over there. So I'll do clone. And this is how you control which direction your clone goes. If you put it on this side, it will clone out that way. If I put it over here, it will clone this way. Put it on a diagonal, it will clone on a diagonal. Simply place that, and I get these controls that show me how far off it is from that. I can use the nudge again. Z to drop it down to the ground. WSAD keys to line it up. Exactly 16, because these things are chunk. Now my world is 52, but it will only copy 50 across. Hit clone. And it will chug away for a few minutes, and that goes that way. I'll show you here. It's still selected, so it I can't do clone again because it won't line up properly, but there we go. That's a row of it. I can hit paste to, oh, I forgot to copy. When I first import, if you copy it, it will put a little thing right up here, which will allow you to save it. Long, tedious work. If I had known better, I probably would have made the chunks 32 by 32, like 4 chunks in size. See, it's still selected. I can hit copy. And now it's up there for me to use. I can just paste it in. But this is my start of my world. Now if I was to save it and drop down into it, you'd see... There's my spawn point. I can move spawn point and where I'm facing everything, and I put this in wool so I have very easy spot, and that is at 25 plus chunks in both directions. I have plenty of room to test out things. It has become a little laggy so far. So I'll do a save right quickly here to those quick changes I've made, and then double check my work to make sure that I didn't mess up. I've done that a couple times, but luckily I made a backup before I started this, so I can get back to it. When I'm done this world, I probably will release it, so if anyone else is interested in needing a flat world for doing tests on, I've got one here. Just haven't found out a good place to release it yet. And that. Thirsty today. And a few more seconds, and that's going to do the lighting for the chunks that have changed. And there we go. So any edits made don't go into effect until Uh-oh. Right, I'm flying towards this side. I had to place them. I've been placing from this side over, so I had to continue placing the same side. That way my chunks line up nicely. If you notice, my chunk actually has light stone and a nice little pattern. And I came up with this pattern because I thought it was the most optimum way to spread light. So at best, it's 5 blocks in the center. So pretty decent lighting. And looks like it's all... oh dear. I was afraid of that. I think I messed up again. It's hard to get a good perspective. You know what? I'm just going to exit this, go down to the ground level, and see for myself. Bring it up into field of view. And here we are. Creative mode, I just so love it. Okay, let's see. So we got... you know what, it looks like it lines up anyways. Yeah, it looks like it's lining up nicely. So I was worrying about nothing. The world that is nothing but sandstone and glowstone to the horizon. Yeah. It's a lovely program to work with, and that, if I were to just to show that the world is pretty much active. There we go. Let's dump out of that. Give it a couple seconds. And there's a sponge left. Yeah. So, I mean, it is one way to edit your worlds, and in my case, because I was creating a test world, I wanted to be able to drop into, well, this is in 1.8 right now, but I wanted to be able to drop in 1.9, and that, it seemed like a good idea. Another things I've done is I've been messing about with creating, what I do is actually create in Minecraft itself a structure, copy it out as a schematic, knowing it's the same size as the chunk, and then I can bring it in. For instance, border sides. So there's a chunk there, a sector I was thinking about messing with. If I place it, I can rotate it. See, we even got grass planted on it, so we'll grow grass. I can nudge that down. And I can slide all the way over where it belongs. I know the water seems to look like it disappears, but bring my perspective down just a little bit further. And there we go. So now I got a borderline fence, a little water pool, and the grass. Although, after giving it some thought, I'm probably going to get rid of the water because of Endermen. Because if Endermen pop into the water, they could probably teleport beyond the fence. Even then, I'll probably have Enderman problems in here. Or not. I'm not sure what all the parameters is when it comes to walls. I don't think they pass through walls. We'll have to see what sort of tests they have for that. There has to be some sort of pathing mechanic. Anyways, I'm just going to go... That's pretty much it for this video. I'll show you what I've been doing right now. Probably by the time this is out there, I'll have my Flatworld done, and I'll be able to show some of the projects and some of the things I've been testing, and some of my ideas have been gnawing at my skull, waiting, screaming for a little creative process to work out. In the event, this has been Thornhip, and have a nice flat world.